Hi everyone, my name is Bianca Walkden and I have just won the European Championships in 2021. Yeah, so I'm just happy that came back with another gold medal this year. It's been so difficult the year that we have had with all the postponement and the cancellation of all the competitions, and to come back this year and have two competitions, and one of them be a major European Championships, and to come back with two gold medals is just like great news and gives me a bit of confidence going into the Olympic Games this summer, and hopefully I can keep it going and keep improving and bring back the gold in the Olympics. Yeah, so it is a lot different to train and compete in just the hotel. Like normally we get to go to the hotel, we go on the bus, we go to the venue to see where the tournament will be. But this time for it to just be in the hotel and be in this bubble of just the athletes fighting and competing was really difficult and quite intense. But I think that we've got used to it a little bit more now. The competitions, we've practiced it in a few competitions, and it was a bit different. It felt a lot more hot, a bit more pressured and a bit more intense, especially when you walk out to expect the crowd or expect some people to be cheering you and supporting you, but it was just completely silent, and just the athletes were fighting and trying to go after the dreams in the tournament. So it was a lot different than normal, and I wouldn't like that for the Olympics, but hopefully in the Olympics we are allowed some crowds of some sort. So fingers crossed we can have some more noise in the Olympics. So in the day, it was actually a bit easier than I thought it was going to be. I mentally prepared myself for a long, tough day. But I only had 3 fights actually on the draw sheet. Because I was ranked number 1, I got given a bye at the beginning, so I went straight to 3 fights. And the first fight I had was with Denmark. I've never fought it before. It was weird going back into a major competition just fighting. And then my second fight was with Austria in the semi-final, which was crazy to come back into the one ring, chasing into a major competition, into a semi-final, going for that extra step closer to the gold medal. And then I thought that I had Poland in the final, but she actually pulled out with an injury with her knee, so she didn't compete in the final. So then I ended up winning because she pulled out in the final. But for me it was crazy because it felt like such the shortest and quickest day that I had, and normally it feels so much longer, so much tougher, and I just wish I had more fights and to try and practice and go out for a few more games for the Olympics, because everything that we do now is for that Olympic Games. And it was just nice to go out there, have a few fights, and practice for the Olympics and come away with a gold medal and my 3rd European Championship gold. So it wasn't a bad day. For now, up until the Olympics, it's all about getting as much preparation as we can, as many fights as we can, to make sure we are on the right track, to make sure we're having that challenge, to make sure that we are ready for the Olympic Games, because the Olympic Games is one of the hardest tournaments, and we've got to make sure that we're not cutting no corners, and make sure we're ticking all the right boxes to go out there and fight the best people we can, the most fights we can have, and make sure we are finding out what we need and what we need to practice more and more. So it's all about preparing for that next step and that next stage. So every time we fight, every time we compete or warm up, or we have to try and learn for the best chance we have at the Olympic Games. So it was really difficult at first to get told that the Olympics was postponed. Like, don't forget, all athletes work in 4-year cycles, which is an Olympic cycle. And then to get told there's an extra year on top, with us not really knowing if it was going to go ahead or not, was just like the strangest thing for the athlete, just not knowing what was going to happen. But now that it's back around again and we're like 3 months out from the Olympic Games is crazy, and now it just feels a little bit more real. It doesn't feel like none of that time has gone. It feels like we're just back in this moment, and in 3 more months we'll be fighting for our dreams. Yeah, so like you said, it's the last gold I need to tick off the collection. I have all the other medals, all the other gold medals, and that is my last the last one I need to just tick off. So fingers crossed I can do it. But I think in the Olympics, it's a crazy, crazy time. You see the underdog beat the number one, and you see the number one absolutely smashing. You always see something different in the Olympic Games, because it's so much, everyone's wanting this all the time, and it's about the athlete that does not mentally crack or mentally not give anything away. And it is also all the physical side to it, with the speed, the kicks, the accuracy, and how you will score your points. But it's how you mentally approach it, I think, as well, and which I've learned over the years watching the best athletes and seeing how they perform under high pressure. And it's definitely not just physical. It's definitely, for me, I think, mental, and making sure that you're in the right mindset going after what you want at the Olympics and having that clear plan.